Hello guys, hope you're doing fine. Welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to present the first sequence of the fourth year English program. I'm going to present the initial situation, the project announcement, and the sequence map. So we are going to start with the project announcement as it is the first to be presented to your pupils. The topic of the project is to ask your pupils to prepare a brochure. For those who don't know what is a brochure, هي مطوية. So they're going to include some descriptive texts, some short descriptive texts and pictures about famous monuments and touristic places, as well as outstanding figures in history, literature, art and science. You're going, of course, to tell them the date of submission. It's going to be by the end of the semester. Then they take a new page, they write the date, and they write sequence 1, universal landmarks, historical figures in history, literature, science, and arts. And they write the initial situation. So the topic of the initial situation which they are going to solve by the end of the sequence. So by the end of the sequence, they are asked to write a description of their holiday. So suppose that they have visited some interesting and touristic places in Algeria and visited some landmarks and monuments. So they are going to write a description in which they tell their teacher about all these famous historical touristic places they visited and the landmarks they saw. The best description is going to be published on their school magazine. So here is just the problematic they're going to solve by the end of the sequence. Now we move to the sequence map. Just to remind you, there is a lesson which has been omitted or removed from sequence 1, which is strong adjectives. And there are some changes. Okay, doesn't matter. So we have diphthongs. Normally we have 8 diphthongs, so they have only kept 2 diphthongs, which is I and A. The other ones have been removed, and I think it's really a fair decision because they're really difficult, and at least we leave some pronunciation lessons for the secondary school. They're going to see all this in secondary school, so I prefer to deal with I and A. It's really a fair decision. We have another lesson which has been not completely removed, but it is integrated in another sequence, which is cause-effect. Because frankly speaking, when I taught 4th year classes last year, I was like astonished. What is cause and effect doing in this sequence? It has nothing to do with the topic of the sequence, so it's a fair decision too. Now, the sequence map, as you may know, it's the order of the lessons. So you have project announcement and initial situation, whose aim is to give a general idea about the sequence and to launch the project. Then we have I listen and do. Here it's to talk about a guided tour. Then you have grammar to present the form of active and passive voice. Then you have I listen and do to describe an itinerary. Just after we deal with discourse markers. So here discourse markers, I'm talking about the chronological markers. First, second, third, etc. Then we have I pronounce, so presenting the 2 diphthongs A and I. Then I listen and do, describing landmarks. Then grammar, comparative of equality and inequality. Then you have listen and do to review. Here it's just to review biographical information about outstanding figures, just to review because they have already dealt with this last year. Then we have I pronounce. We teach it as an integrated skill. It means we integrate it in a lesson. Consonant clusters. Then we have grammar. This lesson was added adjectives of superiority. Then you have I read and do. Here you are free if you want to present 1 or 2 texts. You are really free. Then after I read and do, we have I learn to integrate, which follows written process. here to write about an itinerary to encourage the group work. And I think and right, it is an individual work to solve the situation of which has been presented at the beginning of the sequence, which is the initial situation. So they are asked to describe a landmark in Algeria. Then we have assessment. As I always say, you are free to assess your pupils the way you want. You are really free. Now I'm going to show you some pictures that you may need to present to your pupils when you present the sequence. So I'm going to leave them on my Facebook page. Here we're going to translate some words so that it's going to be clear for your pupils. Then you have here, you show them some famous historical landmarks, and this is really motivating. Then you show them historical figures and you separate the fields. So history, science, literature, and arts. Of course, you show them common figures so that they recognize them. That's all for today, my dear followers. I hope it was useful. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.